how will these overnight cues impact our own markets? We have our research team joining in with what the trade setup looks like, the stocks that are likely to be in the news, and the action from the F&O space as well. Hey guys, a very good morning to all of you. Let me come across to you, Harmas, first up. Looks like it could be a day of rebound, but we'll see whether that stays or not.
Absolutely, and the bulls, at least until yesterday, were very jittery, as you could see in the price action in the last few minutes of yesterday's trading session. You can see the Nifty banked down almost 400 to even 1500 points on the mid-cap index. That was the kind of pressure we saw from higher levels towards the close of trade. But even the Nifty has managed to hold on to that 24,000 mark to a certain extent. But the Nifty bank, the mid-cap and the small-cap index are testing some very key levels on the downside, because all of them broke below Monday's low and have closed just around 50 to 100 points adrift of those levels. Now, the bulls wanted a positive handover from Wall Street. They've got one. There is also some positive commentary coming in from Asia, with the Bank of Japan Deputy Governor making some statements about not raising interest rates when the markets are unstable, and that has led to a revival in the Asian markets. And you can see that on the GIFT Nifty as well. Around a few minutes ago, the GIFT Nifty was up just over 100 points. Now it's up over 200 points. But that question again remains whether that will sustain or not, because there are plenty of other factors to watch out for today as well. Is the Nifty bank weekly expiry. That index has been a rank underperformer even when the Nifty moved towards 25,000. We'll continue to see whether these Bangladesh linked companies move the way they moved yesterday, with Marico ending near the lows of the day and the others seeing gains of around 10 to 15%. The apparel manufacturers that I'm talking about. The real estate stocks will be in focus because of the confirmation of the CNBC TV18 news break on the indexation relief that comes in as the amendment to the finance bill. And of course, whether if the market does turn out to be wobbly as it was yesterday, we'll see if the defense and railway PSUs continue to see profit booking. And lastly, if this overarching theme of caution remains until the RBI policy decision tomorrow. So plenty of things to watch out for. Earnings continue, as they say, but the GIFT Nifty is pointing towards a sharp uptick as we speak.
Okay, all right. So that is the market setup today, but a lot of stocks that will be on our radar today. Sudarshan has that list for us. Sudarshan, good morning.
Morning, Sona. So we'll start with companies. Two companies which have reported strong set of earnings. First one is PI Industry. It was a strong set with a margin-led beat. Company maintains 15% revenue growth with sustained improvement in profits. Q1 revenue was up at 8%. Margin has increased 30 bips year-on-year. Lupin, again, it was a strong Q1. Margin has come at a multi-quarter high of 22.2%, and growth was led by both major markets, US and India. US revenue was up 25%, and India revenue has come in 18% higher. For Gujarat Gas, it was a mixed quarter. Operating numbers have missed estimates while volumes have come in higher. Margin was down 230 bips and EBITDA has fallen 9% sequentially. For Bata, it was a big miss on earnings. EBITDA has fallen 23%. Margin has dropped more than 540 bips and profit was aided by one-time gain of rupees 144 crore. For Tata Power, headline numbers were higher year-on-year. Revenue has increased 14% and EBITDA has risen 22%. For Cummins India, again, it was a mixed quarter. Domestic business has outperformed export segment. Domestic business has increased 12%, while exports revenue was down 22%. Keep an eye on realty stocks. Government has moved amendment to provide relief under LTCG regime. Taxpayers can now choose 12.5% tax without indexation or 20% tax with indexation, and both these options for property will be for those property which are acquired before July 23, 2024. SBI will be in focus. CS Setty, who is currently managing director, is now appointed chairman for 3 years, and current chairman Dinesh Khara's term expires on August 28. Suzlon Energy to acquire 76% stake in Renom Energy Services for rupees 660 crore in 2 tranches, and other earnings. The companies which have reported a healthy set of earnings are Bosch, Chamal Fertilizer, PV Fintech, Linde India, Gulf Oil Lubricants, and Krishna Diagnostics. And companies with weak earnings were Fortis Health, Gland Pharma, VIP Industries, GM Fin, Indigo Paints, IFL Finance, Specialty Restaurants, Rain Industries, and EIH.
Okay, that is a long list, but thank you so much for getting us up to speed with that, Sudarshan. Let's talk about the F&O space. A lot of action there. Mangnam is joining in with all the cues. Good morning, Mangnam.
Good morning. Indeed, a lot of action. In fact, this morning, GIFT Nifty is saying that, you could actually see an uptick of nearly 200 points on the way up. But it's like we said yesterday as well, it's not the opening that matters, the way we close that matters. Because if yesterday is something to go by, from the highs, we saw a sharp cut. The Nifty was below that 24,000 mark. The Nifty bank below that 50,000 mark as well. The Nifty bank was actually the weaker point in yesterday's trading session, with the mid-caps also turning a lot worse. The FIs sold about 3,500 crores in cash markets. The DIs matched that dollar to dollar. The only respite was that they did not sell as much as they sold in the previous trading session, but the selling continues nevertheless. And that continues in index futures as well. 2,000 crore worth selling out there, where the FIs unwound 20,000 long contracts, also added about 12,000 short contracts as well. And as a result of which, over the last few trading sessions, if you look at the net long contracts, they've fallen to sub 1 lakh, now at 78,000 itself. And that implies the net long positioning has come down to 57% from 66% just 4 sessions ago. What are the active Nifty options? On the way up, we'll look at 24,000 call, which has a premium of 171 rupees, telling you that the Nifty, the gift Nifty opening is right in the congestion zone. So let's see whether that opening sustains. And if it does, then maybe there could be a case for short covering. And if it doesn't, then all the way, support around that 23,700 mark is what the street is bracing for. What is the broader range for the Nifty? On the way up, it is the 20-day moving average of 24,559. At the lower level, 23,883, the 50-day moving average will be extremely crucial to watch. Nifty Bank options expiry today. 50,000 call has the maximum open interest, so that's something we'll watch out for. At the lower level, it's the 100-day moving average of around 49,500 that the street will be eyeing as a support. In terms of stocks, we pointed out that Manappuram is likely to enter F&O ban. Along with that, we have LIC Housing Finance as well in F&O ban today.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Mangalam, and everyone else for joining us today and prepping us up for this trading day ahead. This is our Power Prep segment.